Welcome everyone to our first video for Kickbox. That's your Keep It Creative kit that we are launching, and we're so glad that you joined us today. Our first one is going to be on tints and shades, and it's a painting box, which is a lot of fun. So you're going to get your box and you're going to open it up and we're going to get creative. So we're going to switch to seeing my hands because that's going to show you all the steps you need to create beautiful, one-of-a-kind pieces of artwork, because here at Kick, we believe that everyone is an artist inside and there's no wrong way to make art. So get your creative caps on and let's go. We are ready to make our tints and shades ice cream cone project. And in your box, you have a palette and you also have some glue and some brushes and some paint and some paper. And then you also have this waxy looking paper in there. This is called palette paper, and you can either mix your colors in here or you can mix it on here. If you don't want to wash this later, you can just throw this out. It makes cleanup very, very easy. So make sure you're working on a surface that you can get messy or protect the surface you're working on, because the paint we're using is acrylic paint and that can stain. So just beware of your work surface and your clothing. Let's start diving into the good stuff. So we have some tubes of paint here. I'm going to make a blue ice cream cone. So I'm going to add some blue paint to my palette. And then I'm going to add some black paint to my palette. And you'll see in the boxes we have lots of paint included in our Kick kits. This way you have multiple times to do a project, not just once. You have materials in there to do a few of them. And then white. So you're going to choose black, white, and one color. Whether you want to do blue or yellow or red, you can choose one color. Okay. All right, so we have our paint, and I'm going to choose the largest brush I have in my kit. And these are long-handled brushes. A lot of people like to use these on easels because you can use your whole arm to manipulate the brush. And then in your kit, you have these tiny 3x3 cards. So what we need to do is we need to paint each one of these cards. And we're going to start by making some tints. And a tint is when you take a color and add white. That's going to turn it into a tint of that color. So I'm going to tap my brush in my blue and just get a little tiny bit on there. And I'm going to put it in my white paint. And I'm going to mix it with my brush. And you'll see it change to a very light blue. All right, then we're going to take that color and we're going to paint our whole card, our whole 3x3 card here, that color. All right, the whole thing, no white in sight. And then we're going to put that to dry. All right, now we're going to take the same brush. I'm not even going to wash it. I'm just going to take a little bit more blue, and I'm going to add it to that same tint we just created. Now you can see it's getting slightly darker. We're going to take the next card and we're going to paint that one this color. Okay, no white in sight. And we're going to let that one dry. And if you see them bend while they dry, that's okay. They'll flatten back out eventually. All right, so let's do that again. Let's get a little bit of blue and mix it in the white. And do another card. Wow. These are all tints. This is all blue mixed with white. As you can see, I'm a very messy painter. I like to be messy. That's okay, because I can wash this up easily. All right, so we have our 3x3 cards all painted, 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to wash my brush with I have some water here. Just rinse it off, and then I'm going to tap it on my paper towel. Get all the white and blue out of my brush. Okay, that looks pretty good. Then I'm gonna make one with just the blue. No white, no black, just the blue, just how it is. All right, get that covered, no white in sight. And we're gonna let that one dry to the side. Okay, now comes the shades. Now shades is when you mix a color with black. But when you're mixing with black, a little goes a long way. So I'm gonna get my card ready. I'm gonna do it, I'm not gonna add the blue to the black, I'm gonna add the black to the blue to make our first shade. So I'm just gonna get a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit, like just the tiniest little touch. And I'm gonna mix it into all that blue. And you'll see it start to change. All right, wow. Okay, now I'm gonna paint this card with that color. Ooh, now we're getting a darker, what we call a shade of blue. And paint the whole 3x3 card like that, and put that, go. All right, so we cover that, no white in sight. Okay, I'm gonna put that to dry over there. And then one more time. Get a little black on there, mix it with that blue. And we're going to paint that whole thing. So there's no white in sight. And put that one to dry as well. Okay, then you need the darkest, darkest shade for your ice cream cone. So we're going to get some more black, and this is going to be almost black. Almost reminds me of like an inky blue. Okay, and then we're gonna let that dry too. All right, and then if you take a look, we started here. I'll grab another piece of paper. Okay, so you can see everything. We started with our very lightest tint, and then we got it a little darker and a little darker. And then we had just our plain blue, and then we got that shade started. So we had added another shade, and another shade, and another shade, and then the darkest shade. All right, so we're gonna put our darkest shade aside, and on the dry ones, we're gonna flip them over, and we're gonna use our little ice cream template. Now we included a template in this box just to teach how to do tints and shades and to show you what that looks like when it's done. When you make one on your own, we encourage you to draw your own ice cream shape, or maybe something completely different. Maybe you want to do a caterpillar out of tints and shades and create your own caterpillar segments or something. We want you to be creative and not just use a template. This is just to teach you how to do it. So you're going to get that traced on every single one of these, and then cut them all out. Okay. Okay. Okay, and I saved these too because some friends would like to maybe make ice cream drops. Like if you want to make a drop of ice cream out of some of these. You can use the little scraps to do that. You cut like a little teardrop shape. Again, totally up to you how you want to do it. So now we have some drops, and we have our tints and shades of our ice cream scoops. And then we have our last card, which is the darkest shade. We're gonna cut a triangle out of that. So maybe you want a skinny triangle, a thick triangle, any kind of triangle you want. Okay, so there's all our parts here. All right, so I'm gonna put our parts to the side, and I'm gonna get our paper that we're gonna create our stacked ice cream cone on. So I'm gonna use the glue, and I'm gonna glue down, squeeze some glue on there. And you can use the tip of your glue to kind of spread it around a little bit. And I'm gonna start my ice cream cone on the bottom. Then I'm gonna find the next one that's dark. So we're gonna go from dark all the way to light. And as we arrange these on our page, that is called your composition, how you choose to arrange them on your page. You can go straight up. Mine might be a little bendy. I like making them bendy. Because I think if you really stacked up ice cream like that, it'd be pretty hard to hold on that cone. Whoa. Here they go. This is one wavy ice cream cone. You'd have to be pretty hungry to eat this one. Whoa. And then if you cut out drips, you can always fill in with some drips. That's always fun. And there you have it. You have your ice cream cone from light to dark. These are the tints, the true blue, and then these are the shades. So that's ice cream, tints, and shades. So please take pictures of your own work and your other ideas. Maybe you make a caterpillar like we were saying, or maybe you do an ice cream, but you make your own ice cream shape and cut it out instead of using a template. We'd like to see you guys get creative with it and have lots and lots of fun. Thanks for joining us.